Hi, I'm Shauna Davis, the Epicurean Connection. Thanks for joining us for a cheese chat this afternoon. These cheese chats were started during COVID to bring our cheese community together. And the motto has become creating community through cheese. And so I've reached out to cheesemakers, cheesemongers, ranchers, dairy farmers to be part of this cheese chat. And we're honored today to have Sheila Flanagan joining us from Nettle Meadow. Thank you, Sheila, for taking the time to join us.
Oh, absolutely. I think that these Zoom and Microsoft appearances are so important to keep our community somewhat connected in this very unusual and difficult time.
Agreed. And one of the main parts I started this is really to create the community. It's not so much I'm not here to sell you a cheese today, although I love people looking up the guests and then ordering their cheese, but it's really about the conversation and learning about your farm and your ethics and your values that stand behind the name you carry.
Sure. And we appreciate the opportunity to tell people a little bit more about ourselves. We're still running our farm. We're still running our sanctuary. Originally, Lorraine, my partner, was hoping to be here today as well, but we had three new goats who came, one that came back to retire to the farm last night, and then two that are differently abled that came along with her, that the couple of farmers had heard about us and asked if we could take them on because they have some significant orthopedic issues. So she is tending to them today. She's learning a little bit more about the issues that they're addressing. And so she couldn't be here with me today. One of the things about our growth process, which we're trying to do in the midst of this COVID pandemic, is we're trying to grow our cheese plant, and our farm is about 30 minutes away up in Thurman, New York, and our new cheese plant, which is still under construction, is down here, and it has much better internet. So I always, when I do a Zoom or any sort of online meeting, have to make the trek, because up there's about a 5-minute delay from when I say a word to when you see my mouth move. To it would be a very troubling Zoom discussion. So that's why I'm here in Luzerne.
Well, thank you for taking the time and making the trek to be part of the cheese chat. And
sure.
So, I love the Fromage Blanc with the lavender, and that's one of my favorites. And I know that's your freshest, youngest cheese, but maybe you could share a selection of your cheeses. And I also made a list, which we'll put on our YouTube for your guests to review your cheeses with your website.
Great. I appreciate that. Yeah, one of the things about our about what we offer that can be great, but it can also be a little overwhelming, is we keep adding flavors and new cheeses. Where we are, it's very cold and snowy in the wintertime. So every winter, our cheese plant team and myself come up with new ideas, new cheeses. And then we're always feel bad about putting aside a cheese from 2007 or something. And so our menu of cheeses just grows and grows and grows, and we never seem to cut back, so the list just keeps getting longer. But yes, here is the honey lavender Fromage Blanc, which you have there, and it is a favorite. It's probably it is our best seller of our fresh cheeses, and it is very unique. It was a silver Sophie winner many years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Another fresh cheese that's one of my favorites, probably my favorite, is the apple cider Fromage Frais. It's mixed milk, like our Kunik is a mixed milk. This one is our Fromage Frais are goat and cow. It's a 50-50 blend. And this is made with an Adirondack recipe, apple cider syrup. So it's a tangy yet sweet cheese made with an apple cider syrup that we cook down ourselves in our cheese plant. And we add a little bit of organic agave and some cinnamon. And it's delicious. It's perfect for this time of year. And that was a gold medal winner at the World Cheese Championships.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So mixed herb, Chevre, another favorite. Many wonderful goat's milk cheese makers make it all over the country, but it's definitely one of our best sellers. And for this time of year, I had to do it, pumpkin spice.
Fell into it.
Yes. Also a big favorite this time of year. So we do make quite a few Chevres and Fromage Frais, which we sell all over the country. Anything from extremely basic Fromage Blanc with nothing added to it at all, to the more complicated flavors like the habanero peach that we make primarily in the springtime. And then we make a bunch of bloomy rind cheeses, semi-aged. Our best known cheese is the Kunik Button and Kunik Mini, which was a Good Food Award winner in 2018 and 2020. It's also been a world, losing my language, but it's been an ACS gold medal winner. It's been a gold medal winner, I think, at the US Cheese Championships. So that is probably our best known cheese, and it makes up probably 60% of our cheese sales, either in the little 4-ounce size or the larger 8 to 10 ounce size. We make a lot of triple creme. So here's another example of a triple creme. The Kunik is a triple creme, goat's milk with cow cream. The Adirondack is a newer cheese for us because goat milk volume can be tough sometimes of the year. We wanted to try to make some cow's milk only triple cremes. So the Adirondack is a cow's milk triple creme with some New York State Applejack brandy added to it. It's really delicious. And even though we're not at food shows showing it off or don't have great opportunities to advertise it, it's still growing. Its sales are growing in leaps and bounds. The addition of the Applejack brandy just adds an element to it that's just makes it extra smooth and delicious and creamy. Other bloomy rinds that we make are like the Simply Sheep. This is a mini size. It also comes in a mini, which is an all sheep's milk. And miraculously, we're still making some Simply Sheep right now. And I also brought an example of one of our fall selections, which is the Early Snow Pyramid. It's also a cow's milk cheese infused with rosemary tea, and then it's got a nice sprinkling of herbs de Provence on top.
Nice.
And it looks like one of our Adirondack mountains with a little bit of early snow on it. So
beautiful.
And then the other type of cheese that we make, because that we just like, I guess, keeping ourselves busy, is the washed rind cheeses. And probably the most popular of the washed rinds that travel all about the country is the amber Kunik, which we wash in an Adirondack bourbon and an Adirondack ale many, many, many times. And it makes for this lovely orangey color.
Nice color.
Yeah, and mixed with a little bee linen. And that is probably our best seller of the washed rinds. But we make tomes as well. We do a variety of different things. Keeps us out of trouble. So yeah, that's a nice selection. Kind of gives a little bit of the breadth of what we do.
That's a wide breadth. So thank you so much for sharing. And I know
Absolutely.
a lot of us know you and your cheeses in the American Cheese Society and the Good Food Awards, World Cheese Championships, but I'm not sure how many people know about your sanctuary and your animal rescue program. And I think that's a really important component of your farm itself.
Absolutely. And as I was saying earlier, Lorraine, my partner, would have come with me here today to kind of, keep me on target here in talking, but we had 3 new additions to the sanctuary come in last night, and she is working with them because 2 of them are quite small and differently abled with some orthopedic issues. But what we have, we used to produce all of the milk at our own farm. We used to have cows, goats, and sheep all at our own farm. And at our largest, we probably had just under 100 acres of land, mostly pasture for them. But we continued to grow and grow over the years, and we felt that it was too, we really wanted to have more barn room, more pasture for the animals. And so we developed a program where we work with a group. I think there's now 14 different farm families that we're working with. We leased them some of our dairy animals, and in turn, they milk them and they send the milk back to us. We send someone out to their farms 6 days a week, check on everyone, make sure everybody's health is good, and pick up any milk that there is there. And then as those animals age and when they're ready for retirement, they actually have a retirement package where they come back to our farm and they live out their days. So one of those 3 creatures that came in yesterday evening was Jilly, who is a goat who was actually born on our farm. I remember it back in 2006. So she is not young, a little long in the tooth, but she came back to retire yesterday evening. So, and she's healthy as a horse. She is a big, strong girl. Shall I say. Yes, yes. I mean, a 14-year-old goat is hard to come by on many, many, many goat dairies around the country. So, and now one heading into retirement is fabulous. And what we have on our farm is because we have so many barns available now, since we don't have the production animals there, it's possible for local people to, if they have horses that they're no longer able to care for or can't feed anymore, people have dropped those off. People have dropped off cats. You know, we really focus on goats and sheep. We have probably close to 140, 145 different sanctuary animals right now. And certainly, you know, a big priority for us is all of these retired girls, or any youngsters that are born that are differently abled, you know, birth injuries or some, you know, unusual things that can happen. We have a group of about 15 right now, 15 youngsters that came to us when Sprout Creek Farm, you know, people they're really involved in the cheese community may know that Sprout Creek Farm recently closed their doors after many, many years of producing fantastic New York cheeses. And one of their farm workers had contacted my driver, who's a real animal activist, and said, you know, we're closing. We didn't receive very much notice. Is there any way Nettle Meadow can absorb our goats? And we were able to take on all of the production goats, but also their youngsters as well. And so we've raised them through the summer and the spring. They're adorable. So, but they're part of the sanctuary group as well now.
That's amazing.
Yes, yeah. It keeps us busy. Keeps us very, very busy. It's like we're running multiple companies these days. We're running the sanctuary, running the cheese plant, and now with this new project that we're doing, we have a much bigger store and working towards opening a tasting room in this new facility.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, as soon as COVID is behind us, it's going to be great.
Oh, we all agree.
Yes, yes.
So does your sanctuary information is all on your website, correct?
That is correct. There's a lot of information about the farm and the sanctuary. I apologize about the background noise. I'm gonna move the phone away. I'll be right back.
Is Kenny ready?
Is what?
Kenny?
It goes at noon. Or he's gonna eat at 12:30. As soon as I'm done here, I'll pack it.
Here.
Do you want to get the mozzarella out for me?
Sorry about that. Hopefully it'll be
Okay.
great.
So I got your pictures that you sent me. So before we close out, I'll make sure I'll include your list of cheeses, your website, the
Thank you.
sanctuary pictures. If you have any other sanctuary pictures you'd like to send, we'll put them up on our website and on the YouTube station, and we'll send it to you and the American Cheese Society. And if
Great,
COVID
great.
lifts-
We really appreciate it.
if and when COVID lifts, I cannot wait to visit your sanctuary.
Great, great. Anytime. So yes, and it is a great outdoor activity. We're still offering families to take self-guided tours. I made a nice map for people. We have gloves and booties and masks if anyone forgets. And so it is a nice outdoor activity for families during this time, as long as they're super careful and use their hand sanitizer.
Right. Well, I want to thank you. I'm sorry we missed your partner, but we'll get you two out again next year together.
Great.
And
Sounds
I'm
good.
seeing more of your cheeses in our marketplace. We see your Kunik and we see some of your cheeses out here on the West Coast, and we look forward to seeing more as you grow your expansion. This is my husband, Ben. He always likes to come and say hi.
Great,
We are a family business. It's husband, daughter, and wife, the three of us. That's it.
perfect.
So
Yes, that's the best way to do things, really. I mean, you know, you put your whole heart into it, so.
absolutely. Well, it's an honor to finally meet you via Zoom.
Well,
And
thank you.
you stay safe and healthy during these times and continue that expansion and growth and taking good care of those animals that need a home. And I thank you for being part of our cheese community and thank you for being part of your community back east.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks again. Have a safe holiday season.
You two will be in touch again. Thank you
All
again
right.
for joining us. Have a great
Thanks.
day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I